Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got a beautiful bottle, not on the channel, but we're going to have a picture of it. But we've got a sample of the Fox and Odin. So, I got to give a shout out to Shane. Me and Shane, we always exchange samples. And when he showed me that he had this one sitting in his cabinet, I've seen it on the shelves. I saw it for the price of $99.99. I've been very curious about it, and I asked him if I could have a sample of that one, and he was gracious enough to give me a sample. So if you don't know anything about Fox and Odin, they are a... Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop.
Fox and Odin, is it worth it?
I want to say they're under the same umbrella as Joseph Magnus. It's kind of, I guess you would say it's a sister brand of Joseph Magnus. So to pay homage to Joseph Magnus and his blending style, he spent a lot of his time up north in the wilderness of Odin, Michigan. So this is kind of a play on the word fox, I guess, to symbolize the high level of wilderness up there and animals and wildlife, and the fact that he spent his time in Odin, Michigan. So that's kind of how it ties the name to Joseph Magnus, because when I first saw the name, I was like, Fox and Odin, what is like Fox and Odin? And then when I looked it up, I was like, okay, he spent his time in Odin, Michigan. Was he like a fox hunter? And then, you just kind of got do a little bit more digging, and it turns out it was heavy in wildlife. So that is the story of that. However, the story of me getting this sample comes from me walking by this beautiful bottle, as well as the bottle of Raleigh, and wondering, is the juice worth the price? Because Fox and Odin is not cheap, man. That Fox and Odin double oak is $99.99. So basically 100 bones for a double oak whiskey. Now, years ago, when it first came out, I saw that Jason C did a review of it, and he said it was very good. I was still kind of put off by the price. However, I will spend here and there when it's really, really exceptional whiskey. I know you guys are probably wondering, is this exceptional whiskey? You probably have seen it on the store shelves. That bottle has probably gotten you to look at it. You see the color on the bottle. It's very nice in color. It's very dark. I am kind of a sucker for some double oak products, because like double oak is just so dark, you start thinking, oh, it's got to be a very rich product. So, I've already had half of the sample, and I thought, let me save this other half for the channel to let guys know whether or not they need to be spending 99 bucks. All right, so let's get into the nose. Very sweet nose, man. The nose comes off kind of like sweet Tootsie Rolls. So like alcohol and Tootsie Rolls. If you were to take a Tootsie Roll and dip it into alcohol, that is what the nose would smell like. It's very sweet, kind of chocolate forward. It's actually a little floral on the nose as well. All right, let's get into the palate. Velvety sweet on the palate. It's velvety sweet on the palate. You get some honey, you get like a little bit of like chocolate covered oranges. So in the regular Joseph Magnus, which is this bottle, which I've had as long as this bottle because I bought them as a pair. I want to say it was maybe 2.5 years ago. I go through this one because whenever I'm burning the stick and I want something that's fruity and sweet and just all around good cigar, glass of whiskey to burn with the cigar, and I don't know how that cigar is going to perform, I'll grab that. This, however, not so much, because it's nutty. It's something in it. I rarely go to this bottle because there's like a nuttiness in it, that just like a sunflower seed nuttiness. I'm not really finding that in this glass tonight. I'm just finding it to be very enjoyable. Let's get back into the nose. Yeah, the nose hasn't changed. It's that Tootsie Roll dipped in alcohol. Some of those floral notes, a slight touch of wood has just like hit me. All right, back into the palate. That's got a solid palate, man. The palate, it has a little bit of spice, sweet, that chocolate covered oranges that it has on the palate. It's a little drying on the mid, but it's got this really nice velvety mouthfeel. Like this is a really nice solid pour. But I know you guys are wondering, is it worth the $99.99? I struggle with that price, man. I really do. I walk past this bottle and it is beautiful. And the Joseph Magnus bottles, those are nice, but that Fox and Odin bottle is beautiful. And that old Raleigh bottle, yeah, that's one heck of a bottle too. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. Is it worth the chase or picking up? If you want to have a beautiful bottle, kind of like the old Fitz's, if you want to have a beautiful bottle, then yes, it's worth picking up. I just struggle with the price. If this were a $65, $75 bottle, I'd probably have one on the bar. Would I keep them on the bar? We'll get to that in a little bit. Is it worth retail? Now, as you know, from what I've just said, I don't think it's worth retail. It's a good product. Joseph Magnus offers a solid product for a premium price. And I feel like even the cigar blends are priced a little high for what they really are. Are they good? Yes, but it's priced a little high. The regular Joseph Magnus, the single barrel that I had, I thought that thing was great, liked it. The regular Joseph Magnus, you know, I don't think it's that great. You see, I don't have like another one sitting here. Who is this bottle for? Now, oh man, he didn't put the proof. I can't think of what the proof that it comes in at. I'll probably put it up on the screen. It drinks easy. It does not drink. I would say, I don't know what this is, but it drinks probably around 112, maybe. No, that drinks lower than that. That drinks more around 100. That drinks more. It has a little bit of spice kicking up in the back. If it drinks more around 100, I'd say intermediate to experienced bourbon drinkers. I know I said this before that we as experienced bourbon drinkers, we get kind of excited about some of these 100 proofers that drink easy. So we are quick to give it to someone who is, a new bourbon drinker and it blows their palate up. So I try to stick to that rule. If it's 100 or better, but I would kind of be a little tempted to see what they thought of it, because it does drink very easy. I would say this thing drinks around 100, a little bit of spice in the back. Will it always be on the bar? I mean, I pretty much sat up here and told you, if it was 65 or 75, I'd probably have a bottle because it's a beautiful bottle. Would I go through it as much? No, it would be more so like the Joseph Magnus cigar blend here, where I would probably pick it up every once in a while. And then I probably replace it, as time goes on. It wouldn't be something that I'd be like clamoring to get back on a bar. So I'm gonna have to say no. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.